board meeting for Tuesday, July 8th. In lieu of our chairman not being here, I'm jumping in. The announcement of open meeting recordings, I don't know if we need to have that, but we'll post it. Any person make a video or audio recording of any session of a meeting or any transmit the meeting through any medium subject to reasonable requirements of the chair as to the number, placement, and operation of equipment used so as not to interfere with the conduct of the meeting. Any person intending to make such recordings shall notify the chair forthwith. All documents referenced to use during the meeting must be submitted in duplicate to the Director of Community Development and Planning. Pursuant to open meeting and public records law, all documents shall be part of the official record of this meeting. I now will go into regular and public hearing and go back into the opening of the public hearing at this time. All right.
Over to you guys with Emerald Drive.
Good evening. My name is Frank McPartland. I'm an engineer with Dillis and Roy here on behalf of the applicant, Stephen Mancini. Proctor and Greg Roy both expressed regrets for not being able to be here tonight, but we have a lot of meetings and vacations going on at the moment, so I get pulled into this. As you know, the applicant is seeking site plan approval from multi-family development, and will eventually be looking to subdivide the property into 2 lots through the A&R process, assuming ultimately planning board approval. I believe that based on correspondence that we received from Rob Oliver with the DPW, that all outstanding comments have been satisfactorily addressed. I believe those were addressed in our June 20th letter to the planning board. In addition, we were asked to provide groundwater mounting calculations to the planning board. Those calculations demonstrated a projected mound fitting the proposed system at 72 hours of a maximum of 0.22 feet. So we're not, that's well within the Mass DEP stormwater parameters for groundwater mounting for the subsurface and infiltration system. Moving through my documentation, ZBA has issued a special permit for the multi-family use, and at this point, a waiver has been sought for having more than one driveway for residential use. That was the highlights of my notes and the information that had been conveyed to me by Ryan and Greg, unless you had any desire to go point by point through our June 20th letter or any other correspondence to the board.
I see no need to go through that.
No. Rob, is there any questions as far as engineering goes?
No, I was good with all the responses, the revisions to the plans and the stormwater calcs. They did provide a groundwater mounting analysis that I know Eric had brought up in the last meeting, so I'm good with based on what they've submitted. Nothing further.
Very good. And it's in front of the ZBA, if my understanding, is that correct?
It has gone in front of the ZBA, and they have issued the special permit, and it is with it's within the appeal period.
Okay. Any further questions from the board? No. This is a public meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions from the public? Are there any questions from the public? Any questions from the public? Hearing none. I declare the public meeting closed. This time.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Good motion.
Second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We'll just move right into the regular meeting
Go right into it now.
for the same item.
Right. Sure. We'll go right into the old business. Definitive site plan for the multifamily residential unit. This time, do I have any motions?
It's amicable to the board. I can read off the site plan review for the record, just to go through all the full order of conditions. I know it's a little bit lengthy, but if everyone would stay with me just as I read through that. As a site development plan set for Stephen Sini with cover sheet dated February 14, 2025 and revised through May 8, 2025. The plan depicts the construction of 2 residential buildings, each containing 3 dwelling units. The plan prepared by Dillis and Roy Civil Design Group, Inc., 1 Main Street, Suite 1, Lunenburg, Mass. 01462. Conditions. 1. In accordance with subsection 675 270C 1, the planning board grants waiver from the requirement of a single access driveway per residential use, finding under subsection 675-740B that the proposed 6 individual driveways with 2 off-street spaces per unit do not create undue congestion or hazards on or off-site and are in harmony with the intent of the zoning ordinance. Condition 2, the applicant shall maintain the revised driveway configuration presented on June 10, 2025, which retains 4 existing on-street parking spaces along Emerald Street and minimizes pedestrian and vehicular impacts. Condition 3, the applicant shall, prior to the acceptance of the Department of Public Works, DPW, grant a drainage easement to the city for the relocated cross-country storm drains that traverses the site as depicted on sheet 4 of the approved plans. Condition 4, the operation and maintenance plan, OMP, shall be submitted to the city engineer on an annual basis no more than 30 days after completion. The plan will be updated upon formation of the homeowners association to reflect the party responsible for ongoing system maintenance, and the OMP must be recorded as part of the HOA's governing documents and shall remain enforceable under subsection 567-7B. Condition 5, a construction period, pollution prevention plan, and erosion and sediment control plan shall be implemented prior to the start of site disturbance. This plan must include staging areas, inspection schedules, and contact information for responsible personnel as described in Appendix G of the submitted stormwater report. Condition 6, the applicant shall restore the bituminous sidewalk along the property frontage in accordance with DPW specifications and ensure ADA compliance for any transitions or curb cuts. Condition 7, street trees, plantings, and other landscaping shown on the approved site plans shall be installed prior to issuance of final occupancy permits and maintained in perpetuity by the HOA. Condition 8, the planning board reserves the right to inspect the site or request documentation at any time to ensure ongoing compliance with these conditions. Condition 9, all representations made by the applicant engineer and documents submitted as part of this site plan review process are considered binding conditions of approval. And finally, condition 10, all site work and drainage system installations shall be subject to inspection and approval by the city engineer or their designee. That completes the order of conditions, and that is what I'm proposing for the applicant for the board.
Anybody have concerns, questions? Make a motion to approve the definitive site plan with conditions as described by staff.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the definitive site plan with conditions as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you to the board for all your extra work and everything. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Rob. Look forward to building in Gardner.
Absolutely. We'll have these filed after we get the rest of the board's signatures, including Rob's, or Bob's, and I'll notify you when it's filed with the clerk's office when the appeal period starts.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you all very, very much.
Have a good night. Welcome.
Moving on, under our old business, 2.2, the ordinance to amend the Gardner zoning map, changing zoning district designation for following existing parcel lying on the easterly side of Mass 101 in Eastern Gardner, from the Commercial 2 zoning district to the Industrial 1 zoning district with the Summit Solar Overlay, item 11591, as presented to us last night at the meeting.
We'll invite Josh
Yes.
Reynolds?
Yep, Josh Reynolds. I'm the paralegal for Attorney Tree, who represents Mr. Blessington in this project. So Attorney Tree regrettably can't be here tonight because of her other various commitments throughout Fitchburg and Gardner. But said that there were some issues last night during the joint meeting with being unable to view the presentation. So I have instructions to kind of project the presentation, pull up any slides that the board wanted to see, field any questions. She's available via text for some of the smaller questions, but if I needed to call her for a more complicated answer, I could do that.
Very good.
The HDMI cord.
So I've not used it here before, so I might need
No worries. I'll get the TV on.
it usually means I did something.
Should go right up.
There we go.
Okay. So I'm not sure what.
Oh, there we go.
As I said, I'm not taking us through the whole presentation. I'm happy to flip through slides, but as the attorney, I'm not giving the presentation,
Okay.
if that's.
That's
okay.
fine.
If you want to just parse through and give us,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
just
I can go through each slide, give the board some time to read if you want. If I need to go back, just let me know, please. Next couple slides just kind of go through a comparison between the zones for uses. It's just pulled and highlighted for convenience. And some of the fine work that the corporation has done. And the current condition view from, I always get the address mixed up.
So right, this picture right
Diamond
here,
Drive.
this is,
Diamond Drive,
Diamond Drive on the left, and that's,
and then
I think
Summit
this is
Industrial Park.
on Zub Lane, looking down towards.
right.
That's what I was trying to say. Was it's not on the that apartment complex, was it Garden Gates? I want to say.
Diamond Drive, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I interrupted
No, that's
you.
fine, that's good.
Being the one who took the pictures, I can definitely answer questions on where I'm standing when I took those pictures. Just the one on the left is looking towards Garden Gates. There, let's see, one of the buildings there. Different time of year,
Yeah.
yes. Did you want me to go back?
And for this, I know we already discussed this in the meeting, the public meeting last night, the public hearing. The main thing I want to get across in this meeting is that the issue of spot zoning for this parcel individually, changing the zoning for a single parcel raises eyebrows, but as was discussed in the public hearing, this conforms and aligns. I think the key word here is alignment to the surrounding parcels for the Summit Industrial Park. Because of that alignment, because it adheres to kind of the surrounding area, does not consider it spot zoning, nor is it to the benefit of a single individual. It does benefit in my opinion, benefits the area in general rather than what is the definition for spot zoning. So I just want to make sure that that specifically is addressed here as it was last night. Though Attorney Tree says it a little bit more eloquently than I.
Sure. So yeah, the most like kind of common way to think of like what the classic spot zoning issue is, like if you have like a big commercial zone and then there's a lot kind of in the middle somewhere that somebody then rezones as residential use, that is solely for the owner's benefit, and there's no other residential use or zone next to it. It stands alone by itself. Some of the reasons that this isn't spot zoning, obviously, is it's I forget the legal term that it's used for, but it's just widening the zones next to each other to be more coherent with what its actual use is around it.
It's a shift.
It's a shift of the
Extending
of the zoning kind of border or outline, if you will. And then, of course, the benefit to the city. It's not just benefiting the landowner.
Any questions from the board? No? And I understand that we're making a
We'll be making a
recommendation to the city
to the
council
city council, yes.
that we approve and disapprove at this point. So I need a motion on the floor, I guess. So.
Make a motion to recommend the adoption of the amendment to the Gardner zoning map, changing the zoning district designation for this parcel in question from commercial to industrial 1 with Summit Solar overlay.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? None. So moved.
So moved.
Thank you, board members. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Rob, for sitting by. You're there too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Going forward under new business, preliminary site plan, site improvement for 42 Linus Lane Avenue. Do we have a presentation on that tonight? No? There it is.
For the record, Chris Sanders with Canadian Engineering, on behalf of Mount Wachusett Community College, for a preliminary site plan review for a proposed addition at the existing property at 42 Linus Ave, if you will. Just to orientate ourselves here on the plan, we have Linus Lane Avenue that runs along the side here, and this large browner area is the existing structure at 42 at the property, if you will. Currently, the property, like I said, is previously developed. There's areas dedicated to parking and access throughout the building. The building is currently utilized as part of the Automotive Technology Center. And as that program continuously grows, a need for additional classroom space is necessary. As such, it's the intent to construct a 2,000 square foot addition within an area of existing pavement near the rear portion of the site, behind the building, if you will, and to the north side of it. It'll be accessed directly through the main structure, as well as an additional egress door near the northerly side of the building. As part of the overall design of the site, we're also including additional parking areas. Based on the zoning ordinance, we need a total of 31 parking spaces in total. Currently, there's about 35 spaces spread throughout the site. As part of the reconfiguration, at the end of the day, we're going to provide a total of 44 parking spaces, with the existing spaces near the front of the site being maintained, providing an additional 7 spaces along the southerly side of the site, as well as a larger, more expanded parking area towards the north side of the property as well. We have reviewed the delineation of a wetland on the site. We have Mahoney Brook, which has its corresponding buffer zones and riverfront area. And most portions of the work will occur within that, specifically to the proposed addition. We'll be required to file with the Conservation Commission, which we intend to do concurrent when we go into the definitive phase of design. But all in all, the impacts should be a general improvement over the existing condition. The building's going in existing pavement, and all the other pavements getting ripped up and turned to loam and seed. So within the jurisdictional areas, a general reduction in impervious is expected. With that being said, additional improvements to stormwater management is anticipated, and it's expected that the existing various other utilities, water, sewer, electric, are all satisfactory for the addition to the existing structure. That being said, if there's any questions from the board, I'll be my happy.
I'm Carlos Donnelly. I'm the head of the foundation. We own the building, so if you have any other questions that are not environmental, you could ask me.
Will the entrance of the, being able to get all the way around the building, will it be maintained underneath the new construction?
Yep, nope. That existing little loop road jug handle kind of configuration will remain intact.
Okay.
So the only,
I guess, excuse me, the bottom there, is that an existing ramp that you're going to be putting in on the bottom?
so currently there's an existing loading door here. It's the intent to build a ramp to gain access so vehicles can get in and out of the building.
Is there access to that side of the building to drive down that?
So
Yes.
so right now there's an existing drive, goes to a standard loading dock. So we're just going to be putting a 4-foot ramp in, if you will.
We bought the building 3 years ago thinking it was going to be plenty big enough for our program, and our program has tripled
Good.
in that period of time, so.
Any further questions? Okay. I have no further questions. Okay. We say thank you for the presentation at this time. And I guess we'll just take it under advisement at this point. We'll go on. Thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time coming in. It's pretty self-explanatory. I think it's a great program that's out there. A great asset to the city.
Great.
Chris, I did find some plans for services to the building. I'll send you those so you have them.
Cool.
One of them, you've got a sewer service right under that ramp, new ramp, so you might want to look at that.
Okay. Yeah, if you form me whatever you have, I'll take a look.
Okay. I'll get you those.
Cool. All right, great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Moving on. Under new business, 3.2, the parking variance review for 19 through 21 Stephanie Drive. And that's Mr.
So the applicant for that isn't here. I had spoken with them, and also spoken with the building commissioner, the interim building commissioner now for the city, specifically about this, because this was referred to us off of the ZBA, though the jurisdiction of who is the granting authority for this variance of the individualization of the driveways for these condos is still under the ZBA. It is not for us to make that determination. So I've already informed them that I'm going to connect them with the building commissioner, who they had not spoken to yet. there was not a building commissioner, I believe, when they were going to the ZBA, so hopefully that kind of solves this issue and kind of clears things up from the miscommunication of whether this was something for us to lay into or the ZBA to handle. But because there is no site plan proposed with this, it is simply the ZBA appeal or the ZBA documentation in front of us. There isn't enough documentation even for us to make a variance if we wanted to. So it is still under their jurisdiction.
Very good. Any questions? Thank you. That's one that we worry about. Announcements, news articles, events. Next regular meeting is posted for August 12th.
We do still have the minutes.
Oh,
I did skip over the minutes just to get everyone else who's waiting in.
yeah, there you
We
go.
have minutes from June 10th.
Yeah, we have the meetings for the meeting of June 10th. Do we have a motion to accept the meetings as
Make
presented?
one suggested edit to the votes, just to change those all to 4-0. We have them all at 5-0.
Oh. Good catch. We will make those changes and have them presented to the board at the next meeting. We can approve
Also,
two sets of minutes.
make a motion to accept the minutes as edited. It's a
Yes,
simple enough change, I think.
I think so
We
too.
wouldn't need to see them again.
Absolutely.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second to change the vote to 4-0 versus 5-0 and accept the edit as part of the
As
record.
edited.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. And the next regular meeting is posted for August 12th at 6:30 PM. One meeting?
One meeting. No
Nothing
joint
on
public
Monday?
hearings. Nothing on Monday.
Okay,
Not doing that 3 months in a row.
very good.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
We have a motion to adjourn and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you very much.